Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast called Trif3cta.
Yeah, but we're doing a Difector day.
Difecta today because Aiden is not here, our third member.
He's gone. He was lame and couldn't make it to our
This
episode.
This is the podcast where we talk about anything we want to talk about. Anything at all.
So,
Okay.
I actually do have a question to start us off on this, our first episode. So, for you, being someone who goes to Mexico a lot and has been to Mexico a lot and knows people and has a relationship with people down in Mexico, I am curious your thoughts on the border wall and the idea of having a better border wall.
Okay. I was not prepared for
I
this
know.
question.
I did not tell you this question ahead of time, so.
I think I'm in support of the border wall.
Okay.
But for so I don't think that we should keep everybody out of the United States. I think that people should be allowed to come into the United States, but legally through a legal process.
So it's not so much the wall, it's the
process.
immigration process of getting people here legally.
I feel like the wall is just an intimidation factor.
Totally. And it's also very expensive. And that's
very expensive.
It's a big talking point right now. That's why
I guess people do hop the border.
Yeah.
But that's why instead of building a wall, just increase the security around the already existing
fence.
Border fence, whatever.
It's not really a wall anymore. It never was. But yeah.
The wall of America instead of the wall of China.
The Great Wall of America. That'd be great. I'd go visit it. Seeing as we don't live too far from it, a couple hours.
From the Wall of America?
No, the border of Mexico. God, what's wrong with you?
Mexico is actually a dope place.
That's what I've heard from you and your family on your trips and stuff.
It's really beautiful. I take pictures every time I go there.
I know. Yeah. So that was
what
we kind of brought this up earlier.
Yeah.
But China landed on the dark side of the moon as well.
China landed on the dark side of the moon.
That's
pretty dope.
It's
dude.
fire. As somebody who loves space and loves exploration of space and just everything about it, I literally find it so fascinating. I think that's
it's dope.
Awesome. I'm excited to see where that leads. And with
what do you think they found?
Probably nothing.
It's
just
probably
more. It's probably more of the moon, but dark. But I'm excited to see where that goes for the future of space travel.
Dude,
I want to go to Mars personally. I don't think it'll ever happen.
By 2030, I want to be able to freaking live on Mars.
I'll be 30. That's scary. I'd go to I'd go to Mars with you. That'd be great.
I want to live on Mars. I want it to be like a spaceship is the equivalent to a car nowadays.
So what's that one show? The Jetsons.
The Jetsons, yeah. Colonize space.
I'm down with that. Let's do it. Even though Elon Musk is already basically doing that, because he's wealthy and has money.
During one of my math periods, when I didn't want to do anything in math,
which is all the time,
I secretly wrote an essay.
Didn't you do it in yearbook too?
Yeah, I finished it in yearbook.
Finally.
Yeah. About space.
Nice.
Colonization.
You should email it to me. Let me read it.
I think I deleted it.
Darn it. No, why would you do that?
I also wrote an essay about the difference of apathy and empathy.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was actually, I deleted that too because it was 2 paragraphs.
Darn, it's a shame.
It's a shame.
I actually like to write when I don't have any English class restrictions.
Same.
It's just very
I like to write
freeing
when I write what I want to write about.
Yeah. It's fun.
And I like to read when
I don't
I'm
like
not
to
given
read.
a book.
I don't like to read, period.
I like to read my own personal favorite styles of writing.
Which is what? Who'd you say your go-to authors are? Or
genre
book? Or genre of book? But both of those questions.
Well, I like books that are
Okay.
dystopian. Like The Maze Runner.
Yes. I was watching the movie today.
The Giver is one of my all-time favorite books.
Okay.
You should probably read it. And I like books that we read for Bible class.
Mm-hmm. Those are good.
The Insanity of God is a good one.
That was very good.
We read that.
We did.
This Present Darkness.
I've heard a lot about it, but
So
I've
good.
never actually read it.
So good. The Screw Tape Letters. Were you at our school when we read that book?
I don't think so, but I've seen people reading it, and
It's a
I've
very
heard
good book.
I've heard Mrs. Pierce talk about it. I've heard pretty much everybody
C.S.
talk
Lewis
about it.
is my favorite
It's,
author.
I mean, it's C.S.
Narnia.
Lewis.
Narnia. Freaking Narnia.
It's C.S. Lewis.
C.S.
You can't
Lewis.
go wrong.
Freaking.
What was his full name?
We read. What did we read?
When?
By C.S. Lewis in English class. Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. No, that's not by him.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
I'll look it up while you find something else for us to talk about while I look it up.
C.S. Lewis. I'm pretty sure he wrote A Christmas Carol. I feel like on the inside I'm Ebenezer Scrooge,
I feel like we all are. No, it's Charles Dickens.
but just towards life. Charles freaking Dickens. I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are. You are very much an idiot. I mean, I feel like, but you're also both sides of Scrooge. You're the pre-Ghost Scrooge, and you're the post-Ghost Scrooge.
I feel like on the inside I'm the pre-ghost Scrooge, but what I express is the post-ghost Scrooge.
I see that. I feel like I'm actually the opposite of that. Like, I'm very happy all the time, but inside I'm actually like, just leave me alone. So, did you come up with any topics for this? Because I thought mine would be a lot longer, but
Yes.
okay, that's good.
I'm looking on my notes.
That's important.
My phone is at 1% though. So
Noah,
we'll see.
how many notes did you have? Oh, no, I'm not even going to ask anymore.
Okay,
All right.
my topic.
Topic.
Switching. We're completely switching.
Hey, that's cool. That's how our brains work.
This year there has been a release of many great video games,
This is true, actually.
like Red Dead Redemption 2, Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, great game. God of War, great game.
God of War.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4, great
Exactly.
game. Fortnite's got even bigger, but
Fortnite has got huge. Okay.
let's not talk about that
My
right
question.
now. All right.
What is your favorite? Take into account like story, line, graphics, playability.
Yep.
What would be your favorite out of all of the games that have been released this year?
Of 2018?
2018.
2018.
Oh,
so not
year.
this year.
Not
so
this
last year,
year.
because this is post New Year's. That is a really good question. So a lot of people would expect Red Dead Redemption, but I actually haven't played it, and I didn't play the first one. I know the game looks great. I've heard absolutely nothing but good stuff about it. I know the fans of the series waited for forever for that game. The same goes to God of War. I did not play it. However, Spider-Man is an incredible game, an incredible story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The characters are so solid. They throw you into a world that's already been developed like for 8 years, and you can figure it out. And it's, I mean, first of all, it's Spider-Man. How can you not figure it out? But just the way the game works. Although I will say it is very Arkham-esque. I feel like that style of game paved a way for what Spider-Man is and became.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? No, because they made it their own. Obviously, Batman is not Spider-Man.
Dude, I love Batman.
Same. I think everyone loves Batman in their own special way.
In their own special way.
However, I will say that Call of Duty dug themselves out of a hole.
Oh yeah, Blackout.
It's fire.
Totally fed off of Fortnite.
Well, obviously, it's the biggest shooting genre game right now.
Yeah.
Battle Royale's like humongous. There's so many of them. Man, that's a good question. I might just have to go Spider-Man. I know there are other great titles that came out last year. I almost said this year. But for me, that game, it just stood out. All the suits are great.
Oh, yeah.
The DLCs are so good. Miles is such a good character. I'm so excited for the second one. And I told you my theory for the second one, right?
The second
Spider-Man game?
Yes.
Okay, so this may be on the internet, and I may have stolen it. So if it is, don't come at me. So the second one, you'll start out as Peter, and you will like train Miles like throughout the game, and then after a certain point, you'll switch to playing as Miles, because in the end of the first one,
so dope.
at the very end when Norman frees Harry's like box cave, whatever, I don't know whatever the heck he's in. There's a little like thing that like jumps onto the window, and a lot of people are saying that is a Venom symbiote, which is something that was missing from the first game.
Oh my god!
And so you would play through this game, and the symbiote would get out. It would go onto Harry, and like for a while it would like be with Harry, and you'd have to like fight him as Peter. But then that symbiote would like leave Harry and slowly take over Peter, and that's when you'd switch over to Miles, and you would have to work your way as Miles, slowly watching your mentor and your teacher and like your best friend turn evil, and then at the end of the game, he may not be the main villain of the game, just for the sake of like length of the game, but you'd eventually have to like fight and defeat Peter, and it would just be so emotional, and I think it'd be so good. And I personally love Miles. It would be a great idea riding off the success of Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, definitely.
And even like him in the first game, people loved him. Like I think it's a really good idea if they can get this game out quick enough for that hype train to still live on. Who the main villain would be, I have no idea.
Okay.
And then they could get a black suit in there, which is something they said they didn't want to just throw in the first one, because they actually wanted to have story behind it and like have it live on.
Oh, I'm cracking my back right now.
Yes, he is.
Oh, yummy. Okay, so now I have the same question, except for 2018 movies.
Ooh.
Think back all the way back.
For those of you who don't know, I see a lot of movies, like a lot.
Tommy
like
sees
pretty
a lot
much
of movies.
Every movie that comes out. Oh man, they all just kind of form into one year. Really, I kind of like the 2017 just kind of fit into one.
Mm-hmm.
A Quiet Place was so good.
Oh, you're right. A Quiet
We
Place.
saw Spider-Verse together. I saw it like 3-4 times. I think I saw it twice, but
John Krasinski.
Oh, he's so good. Love that man.
Coming out of The Office, I was like, how is he gonna do in a horror?
Well, he had been in a war movie. He'd been in 13 Hours or whatever it's called.
He's just a great actor.
He is
all
a really
around.
great actor. Now he's in what's that one show on HBO or Amazon? I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
Jack Reacher is what I think it is. Jack Ryan. That's what it is. It's Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, yes.
I haven't watched it. Infinity War. I'm not a Marvel person, but I am a comic book person.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it as a moviegoer, but as a comic book fan, I can't get behind it. I mean, I saw it. I saw it a couple times. I'll see Endgame.
Also, Black Panther was this year.
Yeah. Same reason for not liking Marvel.
Yeah.
I have nothing against well, that's not necessarily true. I don't have anything against what Disney's doing to Marvel, but it's the best we're ever gonna get for these characters, which is sad.
Correct.
But I mean, it's not like they're doing them like awful injustices of like making Captain America gay, like they're not.
Gosh, I would shoot myself. I would legitimately shoot myself.
They're not like completely changing his character, and like any of these characters really. It's just the little things that are.
Gay people all over the world would.
They'd probably hate me for saying that. They'd probably love a gay Captain America, especially in today's world.
That. Oh wait, you actually haven't answered the question yet.
No, I know, but what were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'll save it.
Fine.
I'll save it for after you answer.
Aquaman is really good.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good movies that came out this year. Most of them were superheroes. Superhero movies, comic book movies, but those are the main things that
they're the biggest sellers
that I watch anyways.
As an artist, as a comic book fan, as a movie lover, I'm gonna have to go with Into the Spider-Verse. It is just,
dude.
The first time I saw it,
Spider-Man. Favorite movie, Spider-Man. It's just good.
It was a great year for Venom. I loved the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm. We saw it together.
We did. Tom Hardy is an incredible actor. I loved him as Eddie Brock. I'm excited for Carnage in the second one if they make it, which they will. From an art standpoint, I spent like the first time I saw Into the Spider-Verse, I spent like the first 20 minutes
just
not even watching it. I was just like, this movie is so beautiful, and it's gonna change the face of animated movies forever, and then I was like, oh wait, there's an actual story going on here. I should pay attention.
Have you seen Bumblebee?
I have not. I kind of want to, but I am done with the Transformers series.
Haley Steinfeld, whatever her last name is. I don't even know. I
already know where you're going with this.
My celebrity crush by far.
It's more than a celebrity crush. No, the one thing that worried me about Bumblebee was the cast itself. Like, you have John Cena, don't get me wrong, he's a person, but he's not a professional actor. Yeah, he's had acting roles before, but that's not his main thing. Same with Haley Steinfeld. She's had small acting roles like True Grit, Ender's Game.
Oh yeah.
But her main thing is she's a singer. She was in
Pitch
that's
Perfect.
her main thing. Yeah.
2, 3?
But she's not,
whichever one it was.
she's not a
3, I think.
mainstream actor. And just the fact that the other movies you had people like Shia LaBeouf who wasn't big yet, but for the last ones you got
He's not big now.
That's true. But you got Mark Wahlberg for the last ones, and like Mark Wahlberg is like humongous. Like, he's a huge actor.
Mark Wahlberg.
And then you go back and get small time actors, and I don't know, it worried me. I think the visual effects looked really good. I mean, you kind of have to for a movie like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I did not see it. All that to say, I didn't see it.
Didn't see it. Okay.
Not yet, at least.
Next question. In our previous topic, you brought up homosexuality.
I did.
What are your views on homosexuality? The LGBTQ plus
Whatever it is now.
WXY
See,
community.
In what way?
Like, how do you feel about people making... I don't want to say people making that decision, because some people say that it's not a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Just what do you feel about the topic in general?
I think...
How would you, if somebody told you, I'm gay, or I'm lesbian, or I'm transgender, or whatever, how would you react to that?
Ooh, do I know this person? Are they a friend? Or have I just met them off the street?
Let's do a two-part discussion. First, how would you react if someone that you know? If
it was... It really... I mean, this is going to sound weird, but after I explain it, I think it'll make sense. It really depends on how well I know the person. Like, if you said to me, like, hey, I'm gay, there'd be a part of me that was kind of nervous, because the nature of our relationship, we are very, very close friends. We make a lot of jokes about stuff like that, but I know we're just joking. So, it's cool. But obviously, I would, support you in your decision and stuff like that. And, if, I don't know, if, Anna, who's outside probably still, came up to me and was like, hey, I'm a lesbian, I'd be like, okay, cool. I wouldn't really...
Because you don't know her as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't really, freak out and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this. You're making an awful decision about your life, because she's being who she feels she really is. That's something I personally really believe in, is, being the truest form of yourself all the time. And, just, saying whatever it is that, you want to say.
Yeah.
And then for the other part, you're saying if I don't know the person... I feel like I'd want to get to know them. I feel like I'd want to have
a relationship with them.
Sit down, have an intellectual conversation. Thank you. Conversation with them, and get to know their side of the story. It's kind of it's a resolution I set for myself, is to get to know, whether it's an argument or a conversation or anything, is to get to know as many sides of it as I can, so I can form a better judgment and opinion on that subject. So I'd want to get to know this person, be as what you are and who you say you are, whether that's gay or trans or bi or whatever it is, how do you think the world views you?
Yeah.
And how does that affect your day-to-day life? And then obviously I don't know what they would say, because I don't know anyone like that.
Me as a Christian coming from a biblical view, I wouldn't shun the person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't completely cut them out of my life. I wouldn't support them necessarily. I wouldn't agree with
You
what
wouldn't
they're
support
doing,
their
but
decisions, but you'd support
I would
them
still
as a
love
human
them
being.
as people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Most of the people that I know are of that nature are very friendly and very nice.
Oh yeah, I feel like
I have a friend from Minnesota who's gay. He's dope. I love hanging out with him. My uncle also.
he's gay.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
He's cool though.
That's good.
Do you have anything that you would like to talk about?
Do we want to do the interview for your EP right here, right
definitely.
now? Okay. So those of you who don't know, and I don't know how many of you are going to listen to this, but that doesn't matter because I've had these questions inside me for a while. So Noah over here, my other co-host,
Noah
is
McAvoy.
Noah McAvoy.
You're Tommy.
I am.
I don't think we established that.
We didn't, but
He's Tommy.
We are now.
The voice,
However long we are into this.
that voice,
hey,
that is not my voice, is Tommy. And the voice that is my voice
is Noah. Yeah.
And the voice that isn't a voice that should be here, that will be here,
hopefully
probably
next
time.
week. Hopefully.
Couldn't be here for personal reasons.
We don't know why.
Is Aiden.
Is Aiden.
Aiden. Okay.
Aiden. Yeah, he recently released, was it 5 tracks?
5.
A 5-track EP called Falling Forward. If you
I have
want
a shirt on right now.
He does.
It
It's pretty dope. I don't.
My merch.
I don't think you have it out yet though.
The merch?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Where can they find your merch?
Oh, actually,
Or do you not?
I
Have
kind
it
of
out?
just like I put the link to the shop on my Instagram,
Okay.
but then I took it off recently because nobody's gonna buy my merch
All right, that's fair.
as of right now.
So
I will do it.
so
again
forget about the
eventually.
merch because
Forget
that's
about the
not a
merch
thing.
for now.
But you can still find his EP on all music streaming services that are
All.
available. All of them. Every single one of them.
Spotify,
Spotify.
Apple Music, YouTube Music,
Is SoundCloud? I don't know if it's not SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
I think
No,
that's more for
SoundCloud.
rap.
No,
So not SoundCloud.
not SoundCloud. Maybe SoundCloud.
Maybe we haven't.
I actually haven't checked
We
that.
haven't looked. Anyway, that's besides the point. Me, am gonna conduct a little interview with this up and coming artist who also happens to be one of my very good friends, right here, right now. So we've kind of had some of these conversations before about some of this stuff, and you've told me that like the layout of it is the first few tracks are about your struggles and your problems and like your anxieties and all that, right?
Yes.
And then like it switches to like the happy reasons for your life and like the stuff that
it goes
enjoy.
from like from the problems to like an overcoming of the problems to the result of getting out of those problems.
Okay. So would you say from as of right now and from what those songs are about, would you say you're completely over those, or is it still a day-to-day battle that you face?
Depression, like I have a clinical depression, so that's obviously something I face day to day, every day. There's times where it's bad, but like
mainly it's cool.
Right now at this point in my life, I can suppress it. I'm at a point where my feelings of my good feelings overcome the bad feelings.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So I personally know that you have a massive, like ginormous passion for just music in general, mainly making
definitely.
and like music production and everything. Would you say that if you didn't let me rephrase that. If you didn't find music whenever you did, what do you think your life would look like right now?
Different.
How?
A lot different.
How?
But like, I don't know. Usually, I would probably be a lot more focused on basketball, sports.
Yep.
That's my other passion is basketball. It's not as big of a passion.
I feel like it was before you really got serious about the music thing, and I can definitely see that switch.
Music has definitely been a major outlet in multiple ways for feelings, for whatever. Music has been a huge part of my life. It's something that I enjoy doing and something that helps me personally.
I think
it's like the best thing that's happened to
I
me.
think a lot of people actually relate to that. Like me, I know cause I don't make music.
Even
I think
listening
it'd
to
be
music.
dope. Yeah, but like I don't know if I want to get into this, but anyone who doesn't know, I lost my mom recently. But like I was cool with it, and like one of the main things that I look back on, and I think a teacher even asked me this question, is like, what is something you go to when like you're having a hard time? And like the majority of that class said music.
Yeah.
And like there's just something about music that's calming and like relieving and like a place for you to go. And I hate to cut you off, but what would you say what would you say triggers that in most people?
I feel like it's like the songs that people like. Some people listen to different songs. Some people are affected by different things. I feel like it's like when an artist writes lyrics or produces music that portrays a certain feeling, that's what the people that feel that feeling are more drawn to. Like 21 Pilots, for example. I love 21 Pilots. Their lyrics are
very
deep,
very depression based.
Depression based, and that's something that I struggle with. So that's something that like I can relate to, and then like I feel like I'm not alone in that feeling.
Yes,
that's what
it's a feeling.
Feel.
It's a sense of being not alone in your problems. All right, that's tight. It's tight.
Dope.
I'm trying to
dope.
I'm trying to bring tight back. If anyone wants to help me out, can hit me up.
It's a dope word.
Noah is a huge user of the word dope as well. Like
not a huge user of the substance dope, but
no,
of the word.
We don't do drugs. Not yet anyway. Okay. I know currently you're also working on more music, and I have heard some of it.
So excited.
Would you say after releasing this first EP, is there, besides like your equipment and like the tech, is there any major like sound differences that you're like, oh, I actually didn't like the way this sounded on my EP, so now I'm going to avoid sounds like that? And why would you say that you didn't like that certain sound or style?
It's not really like something that I didn't like. I like my style. I think I'm gonna keep that, but I'm also adding more of like a I don't know how to express it, like
a personal side of it, or
I think that my music is kind of personal.
It is
already,
but in a way, it's only really personal if you know you. Like you can because I know you so well, I can listen to your EP and like pick apart like, oh, this is what he's talking about. But I feel like if I didn't know you that well and I just listened to it, I'd be like, yeah, this is good, but I don't really relate to it. Are you saying you are making it more relatable to the masses?
From a lyrical standpoint, I'm making there are going to be double the amount of songs.
Hey,
so I'm going to try to put out 10 songs.
Let's go.
But from a lyrical standpoint, a lot of the songs are based on like my view on things.
Okay. Because I know I don't know if this is making it on the album, but you made a song about, was it gun violence? Right?
Yeah, I did.
Yes. I don't
it's
think
not going on the album.
It's really good. I
probably won't ever release it.
That's fine. I personally really loved it. I actually did not think it was about gun violence when you first showed it to me. I don't remember what it was about.
That's a good thing.
But yeah, like I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like that's something 21 Pilots does really well, is they make music that is about something,
but you don't know what it's about.
But you don't really know what it's about, and you can give it your own meaning and make it personal to you, which gives you that, like we were saying, that feeling of togetherness even more, because you relate even more to a song.
So yeah, okay. So the Falling Forward EP is talking about literally every song is about me and what I'm feeling. A lot of people will relate to those feelings, obviously.
Depression, anxiety, stuff like that.
Yeah. But then this next album. I say album. Falling Forward is an EP.
This is an experimental project. I learned what that meant. I felt very excited when I learned what that meant.
And this album is more about like the world. In general. Other people.
What about the world and other people?
There is one song called Intervention.
Okay.
I like this. I like the song.
Well, I would hope so.
I like all the
It's your
songs.
song. I would
If
hope
I
you
don't like
it.
it, I'm completely scrapping
Yeah.
it. That's my musical process.
Anyways,
That's
good.
What was
Anyway,
that?
it's called Intervention.
Intervention. So it's like about like I'm not trying to like bash the human race right now, but there are obviously a lot of bad things
There are
that
problems
have gone
with-
on and are going to go on.
Yes.
And intervention is like about like, yo, why don't we as people take a step back and look at what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like school shootings.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing that happens.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
We need an intervention in everybody's life.
Yeah.
Just take a step back and be like, yo, for real? Why is this going on?
That's tight.
Yeah.
This is kind of gonna be kind of a subject jump. But we had this discussion at a Bahama Bucks, I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago now.
Bahama Bucks.
But because it is the new year,
Shout out to Bahama Bucks.
shout out! It's our like favorite place. We go there all the time.
Snow cones.
Shaved
Shaved ice.
they're not snow cones.
They're shaved ice.
They're shaved ice.
Okay.
But we were talking about it, and I think now that it is the new year, I think it'll be interesting. I kind of already touched on mine, and I'll get to mine after we get to yours. But I personally don't like the word resolutions for like New Year's and stuff. It's just not something I have ever completed in my life, and it's something I never probably will. Just I don't know why. But I set a goal for this year, and I still don't really know what to call it, but I'll just call it like a self goal, and it's like an area in your life that you want to improve upon or make better, or just a way to better yourself and your life in 2019. So what would you like for you? What would you say that is?
I think probably a suppression of my anger.
Okay.
Anger, like, towards situations. Well, okay. How I wanna be able to handle situations better. Usually, my first reaction to a situation is I get upset or I get angry about it. I get mad. But that I don't want that. I want to be able to handle a situation in a mature way.
Yep.
That's something about me I want to change.
And I kind of already touched on it, but for myself, I actually kind of have two. I want to be able like to better see, like whether it's 2 sides or 5 or 4. I don't know why I went down, but to like see all of the like as many angles as I can to a conversation or an argument to like better like form an opinion on that subject, and not just to like
it's good quality.
Oh, this person said that. Well, I don't agree with that. But like why? Why don't I agree with that?
Yeah.
What about
be able to
their
defend
belief?
your opinion.
Exactly. And also, I kind of already have this, and I don't know why I'm setting it as a goal because I kind of already have it. But to realize more that you can't be friends with everyone. Like it's literally not possible
for real
to be everyone's friend. Like it physically isn't. You're not gonna be. Not everybody's gonna like you, and I don't care already if people don't like me. Like if you don't like me, I don't give a crap. Like I really don't care. Yeah, like I'm not gonna change who I am to be your friend. Like that's not what I believe. But just to realize that more and like, oh, this person isn't my friend. Okay, maybe try and push it for a while. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like that's cool. That's tight.
Ah, my microphone is falling.
His mic is falling.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's good.
2019 is finna be a great year.
I hope so. I kind of need it to be. I have a lot less to deal with on my plate.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I had a rough
2018.
2018.
I think 2018 was just a
rough
rough year for everybody.
Yeah, but I think it really took a toll on. I mean, I don't want to sound cocky, but it really took a toll on me personally. Yeah, I don't really want to get into it. At least not right now. We can later, maybe. I mean, we could get into it right now. Do you want to? Do you have questions about it? I don't care. I'm cool about it.
Maybe we should wait a little bit for that topic.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I'd be down to talk about it. But
Okay. I have a question now.
all right, I hopefully will have an answer.
It's specifically tailored to John Bellion.
All right, perfect.
I don't know
Who, if you don't know, is one of the
single
greatest
man
music artists ever
on planet Earth.
Go check out all his albums.
Who the heck is Beethoven?
What? Who?
Beethoven compared to John Bellion? It's garbage.
It's like garbage to
Ludwig
this
van
podcast.
Beethoven.
Hey. Which, yeah.
Okay. Human Condition or Glory Sound Prep?
In what? In everything?
In everything.
Ooh.
These are 2 albums by John Bellion.
I feel like
Human Condition and Glory Sound Prep.
oof.
Glory Sound Prep is the most recent one. Which one do you like better?
That's man. I'll say straight up, I like both. I really do. But I think that the Human Condition tells a very loose story, but it tells a story when you realize it. Because it starts with, what is it like? It starts with a song called like "He Is the Same."
He's the same.
And it's
yeah.
talking about himself and like
it's
how
so
he
good.
hasn't changed in who he is. But then also at the very end of the album, it
And
goes
God.
back to that same line of "Nothing has changed.
But
We are the same."
it's talking about
But it's in a way it's still talking about him. But he's saying that like I'm working towards what I'm getting to, but I'm not there yet. I'm still the same man I am, but I'm striving to get better. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like that story's kind of lost in Glorious Sound Prep. Maybe I haven't listened to it enough to hear it and to notice it.
maybe it's a whole different story.
Maybe it is a whole different story. That's what I was about to say. It very well could be. I think it's a way. I think it kind of is him giving a middle finger to the music industry
Ooh,
in a way,
for real.
because it's Glorious Sound Prep and it's like
That's real.
it's
right
a
there.
preparatory. It's like a school, and
Glorious
he's like
Sound
saying, "Hey, you all need to learn how to make actual music, and here's like examples of that."
Ooh.
And those are the albums,
Savage.
the songs on Glorious Sound Prep. It's fire.
Stories in music is
Are-
probably one
Are
of
my
my
favorite
favorite
things.
parts
Same.
about music.
We had
Like,
we had a
21
week. We had a
Pilots,
week
holy
where
crap,
we
dude.
theory crafted the greatest 21 Pilots theory ever. It connects all their albums, all their songs. We'll put it on this podcast one day.
I listened to every single 21 Pilots song on a trip to, I can't remember where it was.
Probably Mexico.
I think it was Mexico. I listened to every single song from, well, not
Tyler's solo,
Tyler's solo,
regional best.
and not regional at best because that's not on Spotify.
Unfortunately,
I listened to every single song on Spotify. I feel like regional at best.
It's in a way it's an EP
Yeah.
because they take a lot of those tracks and put them on a
Yeah,
vessel.
yeah.
But it's still fire.
I listened to every song from Self-Titled to Vessel
To Blurry Face.
to Blurface to Trench.
That's amazing. Speaking of Trench, I've
Speaking
asked you
of
this
Trench.
like 5 different times now.
Oh yeah.
But what would you say your favorite song is on Trench?
It
It's kind of
changes.
old
It
now.
varies.
The album is kind of old now. I will give you that.
It changes, but right now, I'd say the Hype.
Interesting. I'd have to go Morph.
Morph.
Yeah. What would you say your favorite 21 Pilots song is? Hands down,
Oh
right now.
my
Right now.
gosh.
I know it. For me, it changes literally every day. But as of today, in
That
this
is
moment,
not even possible.
you got to pick one. I'm putting you on the spot right here, right now.
Addict with a Pen.
Darn it! I was gonna say that same one.
Yeah.
Song. It's so good. Either that or Taxi Cab.
Oh yeah.
They make me cry. Yeah.
I like Goner a lot.
Gunner's really good. It's intense live.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Doesn't start off intense, but it gets
Oh, it
intense.
starts off pretty intense.
That's what she said.
Uh,
Bringing in the first one.
The
first of many.
There were so many that I could have said,
you
but I
should've.
did. I was just waiting.
Now I am proud to say that I'm the
You were
first
the
one
first
to make
one.
that joke.
That's what she said. We make a lot of those, and 95% of them don't make sense. So.
95% of them don't make sense. The 5% of them make sense. 1% are literally the best lines in the history of anything.
Yeah.
Freaking. That came from The Office.
probably came somewhere before that, but it got
Probably.
popular in The Office.
Mm-hmm. I love The Office.
Same.
John Krasinski was in The Office.
He
we
was.
talked about him earlier.
Played Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert.
A lot of actors were actually in that.
Well, I don't even know the actor's name, but the actor that played Oscar,
What's he in now? His name is Oscar something.
he's the State Farm guy,
He is now.
and he's
But,
also in
Ricky
the movie
Gervais
Baywatch.
was in that. Will Ferrell
Will Ferrell was
for
in
like 3 episodes.
Will Ferrell was
Played
in Get
D'Angelo.
Hard.
He was.
D'Angelo.
So dumb.
Who's your favorite character from The Office?
I feel like
Mine is hands down Jim.
that's
But, like-
that's the thing. I feel like everybody's gonna say Jim.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're
Either
right.
Jim or
Because
Dwight or Michael. That's what I was,
Jim or Dwight or Michael.
like.
you're right.
Everyone's gonna say
Everyone's
that.
gonna say that.
But honestly, I love Creed. Creed.
Oh my gosh, you're
I-
so right.
I relate to Creed in so many ways. I am such a lazy person, but I'm also a hard worker. Like, Creed is me. Like, especially when Michael leaves
Oh yeah.
and he's just sitting there holding his world's best boss cup and he's just like, "See you later, boss." Like, that's me. Like, I'm so that guy. They're like, "Oh, that's a cool mug," and like take it out of the trash. Like, I don't know. But like,
My favorite episodes are like the ones where Creed is not in it at all, and then at the end he says something.
yeah. That's him pretty much every episode though. Like,
In the last episode of The Office, where he's like, he like says this insane, this emotional speech, and then and then it zooms out and he's getting taken away to jail.
I don't know what he says at the very end though.
I don't know exactly
He's like,
what he says,
he's like,
but
"Let's
then
do this" or something like that.
yeah,
Or
all
like
right, boys, let's do this,
that-
and then he gets taken to jail.
that
Finally.
very short stint where he's manager and just like Jim just walks by the conference room and just like I think it's Kevin and Meredith are just like sitting there and Creed's just like talking away. Oh, I love him so much. He's great. Cause like he doesn't even know what his own job is. Like they
Mhm.
ask him, he's like quality, like it's so good.
The Office is so clever from a filmmaking point.
It really is.
Like, who comes up
Because
with
then they go back
making
and
a show
they
about
go
a
back
documentary about a
watch
paper
it.
company?
right at the very end.
Yeah, they go back and watch it. At the
it.
very end, they do like a panel. The characters in the show do a panel about the documentary that they're in.
And they watch the documentary that they made. It's insane.
Freaking ridiculous.
So if you think about it, it technically never ends. It's like Inception. It's an endless loop of
Inception.
the Office cast watching The Office.
The Office
Watching-
cast has done a panel about The Office
Watching the
characters
Office. Oh,
doing a panel about watching The Office documentary.
perfect.
A documentary about a paper company. You don't think that it's going to be interesting,
But it is.
but it is the most interesting.
So besides The Office,
Besides The Office,
what would you say your favorite TV show
Rick
is right
and
now?
Morty,
I knew you were gonna say that.
hands down.
Anyone who hasn't watched Rick and Morty,
Watch Rick and Morty.
watch it.
Unless
Unless you're
you're
like a child
A child.
and you can't handle like. No, I mean they bleep out most of the swearing.
Season 3, they don't.
Yeah, as
Season
the show
3 is a
goes on,
complete.
they don't.
Just forget
But
about
if
the
you're
swearing.
not comfortable with like adult humor and like swearing
bloody,
and bloody,
gory
especially in
stuff.
season 3, I don't know, maybe not for you, but everybody else,
Let's just say
go watch it.
16 and under should not watch Rick and Morty.
Definitely, unless you're like totally cool with that and like already do that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so good. Parental permission is required.
Well, maybe don't even ask.
Maybe don't even ask.
Don't. Yeah, I didn't, and I probably won't. It. Yeah,
It's so good.
it's hilarious.
I like your socks.
Thank you.
They're checkered.
They're blue checkered Vans. I got them for Christmas. They're fire.
Right now,
Right now,
we are in
where you work, we're in a coffee
where I
shop.
work, but I'm not working
He's not.
because
We're making this.
we're making this instead, which is 10 times more productive.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about making this for a long time now, like weeks, and it's finally happening. We were both like through the roof excited today.
Oh, dude,
Like we were like
I was
freaking
so
out.
excited.
Same. It's like all I thought about all day, and now we're finally here doing this. It's exciting.
It has been great,
It has.
but I think that
We're definitely gonna make
we're
more.
gonna come to a close.
We're definitely making more of these because it's super fun.
So fun. I love just sitting down and having a conversation
Same. We'll actually probably
and recording it and
Well-
then listening back.
we'll probably have better topics and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that for
This is just
later on.
This is
more
our first
of a test
episode,
run.
and we'll have Aiden,
yeah, and
a third input.
he'll bring a lot of smart stuff into all of it because he's
Oh yeah,
a very
he's
smart
a very
person.
smart person. Well, thank you all for listening. It's been great,
It has.
and we'll hope to see
Noah,
you.
I'll shake your hand through the table, even though you can't see it.
Not see you. We'll hope to
Hear
that
from
you will listen to the podcast
Leave a review
next time.
if you liked it. I don't know what we're putting this out on, but
This is probably gonna go on YouTube, so
leave a like, subscribe.
comment, subscribe for real.
all that fun stuff. We're not really YouTubers, so
But we will be.
we will be. Let's go. Well, I don't know. YouTube doesn't really make sense to put it on because we don't have any
Oh yeah, you're right.
audio or video for
We
it.
don't have a video.
So we'll find
We'll
something
figure this out.
and we'll tell you for next time. Peace.
Peace. Adios.